Hi, I'm Tina Scotto. I'm a psychic and a medium, and I am a trance healer. And I have been doing trance healing for several years now, and it's really starting to escalate with my connection with spirit and the amount of healings that I'm experiencing with the spirit team. I want to start sharing in these little tutorials with my clients on what they've experienced during healings. Now, this is a particular one. I just want to throw it out there as a thought-provoking um, experience that happened. I'm not saying that spirit definitely cured this situation. I don't know. But I'm just going to tell you the facts that we've got, what we experienced, and what transpired after. Okay? So this is Kelly, and she is 5 months pregnant. And she had a test done, a DNA sex test done to find out the sex of the baby and to make sure the DNA is fine. And they did this through blood work, and it's about 75% accurate, correct?
Supposedly, it's supposed to be like 99.9% accurate. But I don't know all the ins and outs, but once you turn 10 weeks of pregnancy, you can go and get this blood work done to tell you not only the gender, but if there's any possibilities that your child may have genetic birth defects.
Okay, and that test is 75% accurate, right?
No, well, they said that she had 72% chance of having Turner syndrome, I think is where you're getting that number.
Okay, but the test is supposedly
more accurate than that.
More accurate than that. Okay, so we had this test done, and it came back that the baby had 72% chance of Turner syndrome. And Turner syndrome it only affects girls. It does affect the reproductive organs. They don't reproduce children. They can have webbed hands, webbed feet, webbed necks, heart problems, digestive problems, and learning problems. And then they also need hormone to help them grow through puberty. So anyway, Kelly decided that she wanted to have an amniocentesis done. And that test is 99.9%, almost 100% accurate.
Yes.
So she was going to have the test done on a Wednesday. That Tuesday night before, Kelly called me for healing. And honestly, my intent for the healing was just to give her some faith and hope and some peace. Because you can imagine as a mother carrying a child that might have a concern. It's overwhelming. So anyway, I'm getting emotional because of this. She came in on a Tuesday. We did a healing. And my healings, I basically go into a trance. I sit in this chair and I go into a trance, altered state for 45 minutes to an hour. Spirit is channeling through me. These are spirit healers, spirit doctors on the other side that are coming through and channeling through me, which is what's happening right now. They're coming through and they're telling this. It's starting to channel. So anyway, I sit in trance 45 minutes to an hour. My body is almost paralyzed from the neck down. I am totally disconnected. My mind is at a blank state. I feel tons of energy and things going through my body. So the spirit healers come in and they work on the people on the table. The people on the table get physically touched most of the time. Some of the people can actually see what's happening to them during this intense session. So I'm going to turn it over to Kelly so she can say what happened to her and her experience. And then at the end, we'll tell you the test results of what's happening with the baby.
All right, so just as a quick backstory, Tina already mentioned that I decided to go through the amniocentesis. And with the amniocentesis, there is a risk of miscarriage. 1 out of 200 women can experience miscarriage during the amniocentesis. And that was Tuesday, where I had to go in the next day for this test. And I called Tina, just begging her, can you do a healing on me, not just for the baby, for everything to be okay, but I was so anxious, so stressed that I actually had almost passed out at work. I had to lay down, manager was called, things like that. Because I was just extremely concerned, anxious, and not knowing what was going to happen tomorrow. So she said, come on in. I came, and this is not my first healing prior to this, but basically when I was receiving my healing, there was a physician to my right. I would say he was, and I'm seeing this like dream-like. It wasn't like somebody who I'm seeing Tina in front of me. This is very much more like I was sleeping in a dream. But to my right, there was a physician, what I would say was in the 1950s guard. I don't know exactly, but I would even say he had one of those little light things on his...
I've seen that healer before.
Okay, he has like this, I don't know what that's called. But
it's like a reflective round disc on their head.
And I'm getting chills with that. And he was in white, he had gloves on, and he cut me open like I was having a C-section. And I know I haven't had a C-section in the past, but you do go horizontally. I know not, so it reminded me of a...
Did you feel anything?
I did not. And usually I do. Usually when I have your healings, I move. Spirit moves me, but when I'm pregnant, I'm very off guard. Like I'm very protective.
Yeah. So
I don't let spirit do too much to me physically because I'm even scared about doing something here.
Right.
So I didn't experience any touch, but I can see him opening me up, and then he had a male nurse right across from him to my left, and his nurse handed him a syringe, and the syringe was fully metal. So it was round, metal where you even had to put your fingers through to do the pushing out in and out, and a very long metal needle. And he takes the syringe and he injects the baby. And again, I'm cut open. And he turned to me and he said, "She has everything that she needs now." And I'm getting chills, and what even kind of freaked me out a little bit was he goes, "Do you want to see her?" Oh, wow. So he actually took her out. Now, I don't think she was a newborn by any means because she was bigger. Yeah. And I hope she's not that big when she comes out.
They did say that she's bigger than Everly at this stage.
Yes, and even I think that. And she came out full, thick black hair, just like how Everly was. And she's a little, chubbier, cuter baby. Well, no.
Don't say that.
Everly was just as cute, but I meant chubby wise. And he put her back and sewed me up, and just like that, it was gone. And I didn't, like I said, I did not feel any pressure. I didn't feel an incision. I didn't feel any.
And there was no redness? Did you notice any redness?
No.
Okay.
It was just very dream-like where I was seeing this, but part of me was, asking myself, is this what I just want to see?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is this just what I want? And yeah, we practice, putting that stuff out into the universe and things like that. So, there's always parts of me where I
But how can you make that up? I mean, when you think about it, that wasn't even in your mind. We were just healing to calm you down.
Exactly. I was so anxious.
And for spirit to come in and give you that scene just to calm you down, to me, is healing.
Well, and the thing is I questioned, but it did make me question afterwards too, because there were moments where I left, and on the day of the procedure, there were still nerves.
Oh yeah.
Nothing went 100% away. But it did give me a sense of hope that spirit gave me this image for a reason. Like, if I put all of my not my intuition, but my intent into this and my outlook into this, maybe we'll have a better reading of the results than being negative. Because I think I even sat here with you before the healing and told you my mother's intuition is telling me it's not going to be okay. Yeah. And that was really hard for me to say. And so when I was able to get a healing and see this, I was like, well, maybe there is a chance that we can go a different positive route. Yeah. And so But that was my experience during the healing.
Okay. And then, so you went in for the amniocentesis the next day, and then it takes 7 to 10 business days, right?
7 to 10 business days.
Business
And
days.
they're very clear on that.
Yes, yes. So you finally got the results, and the results came back that the baby is fine.
Perfectly fine. They
Perfectly
said that
fine.
she has everything that she needs, is what he said.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So your doctors repeated what
Yes.
the healers,
Yes.
the spirit doctors told you.
Yes. The doctor says she has everything that she needs. She has both her chromosomes.
That's pretty wild that they use the same terminology. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so basically, as you mentioned, Turner syndrome being a genetic issue, and the reason why I want to just clarify this is, girls are born with 2 X chromosomes. When you have Down syndrome, you have 1 additional chromosome. With Turner syndrome, you're missing a chromosome, so you're only being born with 1 X chromosome.
Okay.
So she has, and I clarify because amniocentesis will tell you everything genetically. That's why it takes so long. They're culturing it, counting everything. And he said, nope, there is absolutely nothing missing or added.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the experiences that I've experienced with healings, with spirit healings, and it's getting more and more profound as I sit every day with my spirit team, the spirit healers. And I've been seeing some amazing, amazing things happen. This particular case, I can't say that it's definitely the spirit healers. I can't say that the doctors made a mistake. All I know is what I physically experienced, what she physically experienced, and that they're going to have a healthy baby. That's really all that matters to me. I don't really care one way or another as long as the end result is that this baby's going to be fine, and that's how I look at every healing. I have no judgment. It's whatever's going to happen is going to happen, what's in that person's highest and best. But why not think about using medical technology along with spirit healers? That's what it's just thought-provoking. Did spirit heal this baby? We'll never know. But the byproduct is that the child's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. Well, stay tuned. She's 5 months pregnant, so we have a few months to go.